Hello, this is Alexander Cross, criminal defense here in the San Francisco Bay Area. If you would like to learn more about criminal defense, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, Law Offices of Cross & Associates, and feel free to ask questions in the comment section below so that we may respond in the future with more videos. So, we received an interesting inquiry here on our YouTube channel. This has to do with somebody who was accused of vandalism, but he had a little bit of a mental health problem. Let's see here. So, my son has mental problems. One day, he went to the street and broke the windows of several cars. The police arrived and they arrested him. Okay, well, flat out off the bat, we're talking about vandalism. Vandalism can be filed as a felony or a misdemeanor, depending on the damages caused to victim or victims. Generally speaking, if we're talking about less than $950 worth of damage, that would be a misdemeanor under Penal Code Section 594. That carries up to 1 year in county jail. Now, if the damages are of $950 or more, that would be a felony under Penal Code Section 594. That carries up to 3 years state prison. Now, that's off the bat what it is, but now we're going to get into the whole mental aspect. Now, if this was my client, the very first thing that I would obviously do at his arraignment date, I'd say, Your Honor, we need to do a psychological evaluation based on Penal Code Section 1368 because I have doubts regarding his mental health. Now, what will happen is the criminal procedures will get suspended, all right? And 3 psychiatrists would interview my client. And these 3 psychiatrists will evaluate him, and they need to determine 2 things. Number 1, they need to determine whether or not my client is so messed up mentally that he cannot assist in his own defense. And number 2, that he cannot appreciate the consequences of his actions. He just cannot appreciate the consequences of his actions. Now, keep in mind, being insane is not necessarily crazy. As a matter of fact, it's not really crazy, at least the way people know it. It's just somebody who just can't appreciate the consequences of their actions. They do something, they're like, oh, I didn't know that was going to be a result, or I didn't get that, or there's something wrong with the brain there. So, if the 3 psychiatrists interview him, and if at least 2 of them say, oh, no, this guy can't assist in his own defense, he clearly doesn't appreciate the consequences of his actions, well, then in that situation, the criminal procedures would be suspended, and he would be sent to a mental hospital where he would get treatment. Now, generally speaking, when somebody is sent to one of these mental hospitals, they have 5 years to essentially cure him. Generally speaking, if after 5 years the defendant has not gotten any better, generally speaking at that point the statute expires and the case essentially gets dismissed. However, if 2 out of the 3 psychiatrists say no, this guy can assist in his own defense and he understands the consequences of his actions, well, then at that point we would have to go back to criminal court, and then we would have to obviously get all the evidence, and then we have to study the evidence, determine whether or not there's credibility there or not. If it looks like the DA does not have enough to convince a jury that he committed the offense, well, then that's when we start bugging the DA to dismiss the charges. And if the DA is still not willing to dismiss, that's when the case would have to go to a jury trial where they would have to bring in 12 people from the community, and those 12 people would decide if he is innocent or guilty. Regardless, if you'd like to learn more about criminal defense, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, Law Offices of Cross & Associates, and feel free to ask questions in the comment section below so that we may respond in the future with more videos. But if you've been accused of a crime and need representation in court here in the San Francisco Bay Area, call us now for a free consultation at 1-800-862-7677. On our next video, we're going to be discussing the case of somebody who got accused of improperly touching a minor. Criminal lawyer, criminal lawyers, DUI lawyer, DUI lawyers, criminal attorney, criminal attorneys, DUI attorney, DUI attorneys.